to discuss about feminism. Feminism is not a modern concept, but nowadays it's become very much important concept. And throughout the world, number of feminist movements are going on. So the term feminism can be used to describe a political, cultural, or economic movement aimed at establishing equal rights and equal protection for women like men. That means equality should be there among men and women regarding each and every field. So it is an ism. Ism means it is a theory or it is an ideology. So what is the main aim of the ideology? The main aim of that ideology is to establish equality between man and woman in each and every field of life. Feminism involves political and sociological theories and philosophical concern with issues of gender differences. So they are very much related with issues of gender differences, and they are also related with some political and sociological theories. The man who coined feminism in 1837 was a radical French philosopher, Charles Fourier. That means Charles Fourier for the first time used the term feminism in 1837. Then definition. The global idea of feminism refers to the belief that men and women deserve equality in all opportunities, treatment, respect, and social rights. The global idea of feminism refers to the belief, that means the belief that men and women deserve equality in all opportunities, treatment, respect, and social right. In general, feminists are people who try to acknowledge social inequality based on gender and stop it from continuing. So who are those feminist thinkers? Feminist thinkers are aware of the fact that there is social inequality based on gender, and they were very much interested to remove it from the society. Feminists point out that in most cultures throughout the history that men have received more opportunities than women. So it is not a particular phenomena of a country. In each and every country, and all the countries throughout the world are facing the same problem. That means men and women are not equally treated. So now, objectives of feminism. Feminist theory is the extension of feminism into theoretical or philosophical discourse. Discourse means discussion. Feminist theory is an extension of feminism. That means feminism is an idea that men and women should be equal. So that idea is actually given a shape of theory. It's aimed to understand the nature of gender inequality. So feminism is very much interested to understand why the gender inequality arises and how to remove it. The challenges present social structure and values in society which asserts gender rules and socio-cultural and political discrimination against women. That means the present socio-cultural structure and values in society, whatever values and traditions which are following from time immemorial, or our social structure always asserts, always said gender rules, that some of the activities are for masculine gender, some are for feminine gender, and socio-cultural and political discrimination against women, and they are always discriminated men against women. To enhance the societal position and the rule of women, to enhance the societal position, that means to increase the societal position of the women and the rule of women, and to find out the causes and to find out the causes of subordination of women. So they are interested to increase the position of the women in the society, as well as to find out the causes why the women are subordinated. Then to identify the areas of discrimination where women are discriminated, and to examine the social contribution of sex and gender, to what extent sex and gender are responsible for that discrimination. Sex is natural, but gender is actually a social contrast. We have developed it ourselves. So how much sex and how much gender are responsible for the discrimination between men and women. Then to emphasize on the adoption and implementation of laws relating to women's rights, property rights, reproductive rights, etc. They are in favor of adoption and implementation of new laws regarding women's rights, property rights. In most cases, in number of cases, women are still not enjoying equal property rights with men, so that should be eliminated. And reproductive rights, that women are only responsible for reproduction and they have nothing to do, or they have no role to play in the society other than reproduction, that means give birth to a child. That should be also challenged by the feminist thinker. So what are the characteristics? Feminism is an ideology against oppression and exploitation of women. It is very simple. The assumption of feminism is that women are not treated equally to men, and that women are disadvantaged in comparison to men. As they are not treated equally with the men, so automatically their position are disadvantaged position. Then feminism is the critique of the traditional institution of patriarchy. Patriarchy means a system where the father or the male member is the head of the family, and his decision is ultimate decision in the family. That is patriarchy, where the man is the head of the family. And that is a traditional concept, because number of societies in India also still there which are matriarchal in nature, so which according to them supports male authority and it is a device to oppress women. If patriarchal system are existed in the country, if the father is the ruler of the family, then there is every possibility of male domination and oppression of women. Then feminism also seeks gender equality. There should not be any bias for a particular gender. Women's emancipation is necessary part of feminist movement. They were very much interested for women's emancipation. Emancipation means to make the women stronger in each and every field. Then feminism today is not merely an ideology, but it is also growing as an academic discipline. Nowadays it became a subject, separate subject which is studying in various institutions, educational institutions. So it is very much significant nowadays, and the feminist thinkers and the activists of the feminism, they were successful enough to establish their notions, and people started accepting them. So some of the criticisms are also there. Critics points out that it is very easy to dismiss feminism as an ideology, as it is hopelessly fragmented opinion. They agree that feminism is characterized by more disagreement than agreement. That means those who are the feminist thinkers, there are no universal truth in feminism. Most of the feminist thinkers, they themselves differ from one another, and if there is no unity, if there is no unanimous decision, if there is no universal theory, then it is little bit difficult to establish a theory or ideology in this world. So as another criticism of feminism is that it is not an ideology which can be regarded, but it can be regarded as an extension of Western ideology formulated to impose on developing countries of third world. Some of the Indian feminist thinkers believe that Western feminism ignored the situation of women who are non-Western and non-white. That means among the feminist thinkers there are differences. They said that those who are the women, those who are the Western feminist thinkers, they are not aware of the problem faced by the women in the third world countries. And as in earlier, the Western political thinkers always impose their thoughts on the third world countries. In similar way, the Western feminist thinkers impose their feminist ideas on the third world country. But actually the feminist movement of third world country and the feminist movement of Western country are not similar, because their conditions are not similar, their traditions are not similar. So there should not be any universal feminist theory. Feminism also differ from country to country. Then concept of liberal feminism has been criticized of being concerned only with the problem of women belonging to middle class. They allege that liberal feminism is elitist in nature. That means most of the feminist thinkers, they belong to upper middle class of the society or middle class of the society. So they were very much aware about their day-to-day problem, what they are facing in their workplaces, what about their own ego or about their educational problems, so on and so forth. But they are also not so much aware of the women who are belonging to downtrodden class of the society. So the feminism or the liberal feminism is also regarded as elite type of feminism. That means those who are well-to-do class, they are actually become the exponent of the feminism, but they themselves are not aware of the problem of their own women who belonging to the lower middle class of the society or lower class of the society. And few modern anti-feminist writers are being very critical in the present context. They asserted that contemporary societies are characterized by their plural identities, multicultural and multi-ethnic traits. Hence, a single feminist theory cannot address the problem of women. So there are a number of problems which are related to the identities of the women, because we are living in a plural society. So the women also get various identities. They may belong to separate ethnic groups, they may belong to several separate cultural groups, they may belong to several separate racial groups. So these type of problems also created, now this type of issues also created number of problems for the women. So only the feminist thinkers are not able to solve all the problems of the women, because nowadays women are facing various problems because of various issues which are existed in the society, and these issues are related with multiculturalism, multi-ethnicity, multi-linguistic identity, multi-racial identity, etc., etc. So women's problem will also differ from place to place, from community to community, etc., etc. So today up to this.